I'm Ashley from Xuron, and I would like to talk to you about our bent nose plier. This is a tool that I've seen for years and not really had an application for. And recently I found some great tips and tricks for you for using these bent nose pliers. I'm going to show you how to do a closed wrapped loop and how great they are for opening jump rings. So I'll give you a closer look. Here's a closer look at the bent nose plier. You can see it's very similar to a tweezer nose or chain nose plier, but it's bent at the end. This allows you to get very close to your work and better gripping. So we're going to be using two of those. We're using the Xuron round nose plier and the 2175 maxi shear. Any of the Xuron snips will work for this. We're going to be using 20 gauge head pins, so really any snip can cut through that, but I really like this one. So to start, to make your wrapped loop, you're going to take 1 2-inch head pin, slide on the bead of your choice, like so. We're going to take the bent nose plier and grip right above the bead and bend your head pin at a 90-degree angle. This is creating a space for your wrap to exist in. You'll now take the round nose pliers and pinch next to the bend. The deeper you go in the plier, the bigger your loop is going to be. So I like to go pretty close to the end. I'm going to push my tail up over the top of my plier until it hits the far side. Right now it's wrapping around the top prong of my plier. I'm going to switch it so it's wrapped around the bottom prong and pull under. Now the bent nose are great for this next step. So you can pinch your loop and wrap it closed. So I'll take my tail and start wrapping it down the post of my head pin, setting one wrap after the other. Once I've filled the space, I'll trim my end and take my little bent nose and pinch to tuck my tail in. And you've got a wrapped loop. Now what makes this even more convenient is when you're attaching your wrapping to a chain or another closed loop. So again, repeat the steps. You'll put your bead on your head pin, pinch right above the bead and bend a 90-degree angle so you've got your space for your coil to exist. Pinch next to the bend with your round nose pliers. Push up over the top till it hits the far side of the bead. Switch so the bottom prong is on the inside and pull under. So now before I wrap this closed, I'm going to slip it onto my chain. Sometimes you'll need to open your loop a little bit, especially since I'm using a thicker chain. And so now my loop is wrapped around one of the chain links. And right now the bent nose comfortably fits right on that loop. And then I'll wrap my tail down around the post till it fills the space. And trim the end. And now I've got a very secure, wrapped, decorative loop attached directly to my chain. Now if I wanted to attach this one, I would use a jump ring. And these bent nose pliers are great for opening and closing jump rings. When you want to open and close a jump ring, you want it to be to grasp it here with your pliers, so you open and close it this way, rather than doing it like this and ruining the nice perfect circle. And because this has its bend in it, it gives you more surface area and a comfortable positioning to grip your jump ring with. So I'm just going to open it like so, slide it onto my dangle, slide it onto the chain, and then grab it again and bend it back closed into place. And there are some tips and tricks for using bent nose pliers and how to easily open and close jump rings and make closed wrapped loops.